Hello, Sula here from MistyHilltops.com. Thanks for stopping by. In this video, I'm working on a scrapbook layout that I titled Ride and Jump, and I'm using the digital scrapbooking kit at the Boardwalk by Amber Shaw and Kristin Cronin-Barrow. So it's a double-page spread of two 6x6 pages, so they're small, but I'm scrapping a number of pictures, usually anywhere between the sizes of 2 by 3 inches, as well as 1.5 by 2 inches, I think. So I'm starting with the edges, the pieces of paper that go on the edges of this, basically the background there. And I made sure that I ran a card along the edges of all my papers, except for the ones that will be the outside edges of the entire scrapbook layout. But any other edge, I run a card along it so that I distress the edges, because it does give my pages more dimension. Like, it gives the papers more dimension, and they pop off the page more, and with the shadowing it works just more nicely. You can see more of that if I distress the edges. So here I have this is the centerpiece that goes across both pages. So to make it easier for me, I just start to put glue on one side so that I don't have to deal with this whole big paper and then aligning the two pages and all of that. So I do one by one, and once I feel like I have it ready, and again I'm still correcting there. So again, it is much easier if I do one side first before I then put down the other side of it. Just making sure it works with both pages. That's why I had to take it off again, because I realized it wasn't working. So then I can just use the back side there to align the two pages. And that is probably the most difficult part of this project. In the end, I will have to cut it apart, and I think I am going more with what it looks like in the front rather than aligning the two pages at the back. But I think I finally have it now. Nope, still. But this is where I am satisfied, and now I can finish off gluing parts that stick, that are not fully sticking, and then I'm ready already to cut the two pages apart. Often I do that at the very end, but in this case there's nothing that's going to go across the two pages anymore, so I might as well help myself with the photos, because I want the photos to run along the edge there, the inside edge of the two, where the two pages separate, and so that makes it easier for me to figure out where that center is and where I need to put the photo. Then I have this little ticket border, and then a little bunting there that I want to add, and then there are a bunch of embellishments that came with this digital scrapbooking kit, but I'm also creating my own embellishments, like the flowers, that ticket there. I just kind of designed it myself. It was easy enough to do in the Silhouette store. And then I have the title, of course. It comes from one of my die-cut alphas, and I just used different colors to put this title together. So once I have decided where I want to put everything, I am ready to start gluing down everything. I do design my pages when I use digital papers, I do design my pages in Silhouette. It doesn't take long. It takes me about 5 minutes, because I just duplicate an existing layout, then delete what I don't need, and then have a lot of the shapes already there, and I just need to resize the shapes and change the shapes and all that, but I don't have to create them from scratch. And so that saves me a lot of time. And so like I said, I design everything. I design a page in Silhouette, and then clip the papers to whatever shapes I am using, mostly rectangles of some kind, and then I just prepare a page to print so that I can fill up an entire page rather than wasting some paper, because I don't use plain paper. I don't use very thick cardstock type paper, but it is thicker than the average copy paper, and so I don't want to waste that paper just by only filling it up half with designs for printing, but I want to print all of it. So here I am trying to align the photos evenly with the other photo, and so I decided I will start with the center photo there and then put the other on top and the other at the bottom, and that is kind of eyeballing it but in connection with the other photo that's already glued down there. So in some cases I do care much about keeping things working with a ruler, but in cases like this I don't care, and so I can just eyeball things. So here I am now ready to add all the embellishments and actually glue them down the way that I like to. And so there are these tickets and labels that I'm adding, as well as like I said, the flowers before. And so these flowers are either from a punch or a die cut, and then I just use my ball stylus to shape my flowers so that they become just a little more dimensional. I don't like when my pages are too bulky, because I want to keep them where they can be easily put into an album that doesn't get too crazy with thickness. So and then I am ready to start gluing down the alpha or the title there, and I have this and this ampersand, I guess, and I had thought I could put it there with the word jump, but then decided I should put it with the word right. These are little details that I don't include in when I plan the page in Silhouette Studio, because these are die cut pieces that I am not adding on my page. I just remember how I wanted it, and then there's also always room to change things around. It's just to have an about idea where I want things placed on my layout and how I want it spaced out and all that. So even though I do prepare everything in the Silhouette, I end up changing things around. And if I'm working with actual digital scrapbook, no, not digital, I mean just actual scrapbooking papers that are just physical from a paper pad or something, I often do not plan the page out or rarely should I say. I almost never plan out a page in the Silhouette, but sometimes, especially when I work with digital products, I do plan everything. So here I have to again cut apart that bunting there. That was the only piece that was putting things together again, and that is my page done. I'm going to leave you with some more close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.